This is absolutely fantastic. Good to see you guys once more time. And my name is Arvind Sabani, and I run this magnificent place called teamI. teamI stands for the Entertainment and Media Institute. And at teamI, we offer a lot of courses. We offer a certificate program in event management, which is a 1 year full time program. We also offer a 2 year MBA. But today I'm here to talk to you about a program which is brand new, which is called the ECK, which is the Event Kickstarter Program. This is a 4 month program, and we have a student, Shikha Nehata. Hi, Shikha.
Hi, Arvind.
So we have Shikha here who has just now completed the first batch of the Event Kickstarter program. Uh, Great to see you here, Shikha, and I'm really proud that somebody like yourself of your caliber has taken up a course at teamI. Really fantastic.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Great. So, Shikha, tell us who you are, where are you from, uh, tell us your journey, and why event management. And I understand that you have been doing other things, and you have been working with some corporate company, and then you decided to switch careers in between. I need to understand this today.
That's absolutely right. So, yes, coming from a finance and investment specialization background, as of now, I'm working with a corporate company known as one of the big fours. So, yes, I have done my CMA. Core finance background person is what I am. But events is something that is what I always wanted. Coming even from college times, I've always been in one of the core committees of planning events, doing events. So event comes to me. I don't do it. So that is what was always at the back of my head. It's been a year since I've been working in a corporate, but it's never something that I'm like, okay, you know what? This is where I see myself 5 years down the line. But events, so it's been a year and I'm like, okay, you know what? It's going on. But that's when one day I decided, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to just follow my passion, be what it takes. So that's when I started Googling and teamI popped up first. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. And then I spoke to one of the persons in teamI, and it catered to the exact needs that I wanted. Coming from a professional background, we don't have time. So I could not give so much time as it is needed. But I needed something where I could give how much ever time I had. Basically, it was my weekends. And that's when I heard of the ECK program offered by teamI, which was the perfect match to my requirements. Weekends is what I had, and weekends is what they needed. So we just were the best fit for each other. And that's how I landed up in teamI.
Superb. Superb. So I think we are doing it right, and to get good students to come and join up a course like the Event Kickstarter program, which I repeat is a 4 month online program. But coming back to you, Shikha, on your finance background and doing the CMA, as you call it, uh, why is it that from this finance background, and this is a little deeper question, right?
Okay.
From a good finance background, you have a great future in finance. Okay, uh, yeah, I understood from what you just said that your passion is event management, and we are always looking for passionate people, because if you don't have the passion, you really cannot join a course in event management or build a career in event management. But
That's right.
finance, and uh, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this. This boring thing of sitting with the numbers game and the Excel sheets and what you call it, right? So why from finance to event management? I mean, what struck you? How did this happen?
The 9 to 5 desk job, that's where I did not see myself. So
Uh,
it's good. Definitely, as you said, we have a good finance has a good future. It's nice. It's going on, but sometimes you don't see yourself there. And I don't see myself sitting at a desk 9 to 5, 9 to 6. I want to be out there in the field where I think my forte is talking to people, meeting people, and managing things. So events, as I said before, I've been doing it since college, so it's been there at the back of my head. But taking that step, moving out of your comfort zone, which I've been in from past more than a year now, taking the step that, okay, I want to try something that I am passionate about, it was a difficult step for me to take. But if not now, I don't want to sit there and be like, I could have done it, but I did not. And when I have the great opportunity where I am getting what I need, exactly what I need, I think this was the best decision I could take.
So you say to me, Shikha, that you were already an event manager. You did events way back in college and school, and you thought you were good at it. So why did you find the need of doing a course?
Yes, that was my question as well earlier before I started the course. I did talk to a few people and they were like, it's event management, it's easy. You can just join a company. That's all it takes, nothing much. But then, then I spoke to a few more people who are from this industry and they asked me a few basic questions and I was blank. I was like, okay, is there something so technical in event management? And I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't know anything about event management. It's just not about the D-Day, which we see, because there's a lot more that's behind it to put the show on. So that's when I'm like, I'm going to do some studying on this. And I was surprised to know there was an MBA program for event management. It came to me as a surprise. I did not see that coming. So that's when I was like, okay, let's go through the basic way. Let's find out how this goes. And I was surprised to see that there is a course on event management. And I was like, okay, this is the best way to start. Me coming as a fresher, not knowing anything about events, this was one of the best things because it teaches you everything from the basics to the exposure they give. I think it's a full-on package.
Super. I'm going to get a little deeper, like I love doing, which is that you said that somebody asked you some questions, and that's when you knew that you didn't know enough of event management, right? Do you
Right.
remember some of those questions? What were you asked, and what made you think that you don't know even enough of event management and that you need to do a course?
So first was something related to measurements. I'm actually not so sure, but it was measurements. They'll make you stand at a place and they'll be like, okay, you know what? See this place and design the stage or whatever. What are you going to do? Nothing. I can do nothing because I don't know. And then there was one more question, which was regarding the backdrop which we put. So it was regarding the material that you're going to use for the backdrop. And they're like, okay, tell what material is used for the backdrop. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just the wrong person for events. This is not. So that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Events is a little more than just what we see. There is the minute details. I think it's all about detailing. So the minute details that's put into each and every event, I still can't think of it. I'm still not there because there's so much there. So those 2-3 basic questions, which I think I would laugh about it in a few months now, I was struck and I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about events. So that's when I was like,
Super.
there's a lot more work to be done
So
there.
you have now completed, or in the process of completing your ECK with teamI. Uh, Tell me what are the takeaways from this course? What is it that this quick 4 month online program? I mean, I know a lot of people who tell me, hey, Arvind, you're running an online program in event management. What's wrong with you? Okay, there
Right.
is no such thing. So I want to hear this fresh from you, who's a student of our first batch and on the verge of completing. What is it? What is your takeaway? I mean, was it worth it, or was it just a hogwash?
That's a good question. Well, when even I heard of this online course in event management, firstly, I was happy because it caters to my need that, I had my weekends and I could give my weekends. But I was super skeptical about it because how can you do an online course in event management? It's something which is practical. But then I gave it a shot. I was like, I want to get into this, and this is my best shot at this. Well, to my surprise, it was not like an online course. For me, I was going to a classroom. There was a teacher, there were students. It was a live one-on-one session. I thought it's going to be really complicated to ask questions, to approach the teacher, or how is it going to be? I thought it'll be a pre-recorded class, or maybe the teacher is just lecturing you and you're just sitting there listening in front of a laptop. Well, trust me, you don't get to know how the 4 hours go. It's so interactive. You can ask questions, and it's not just the class that it stops there. If I have a doubt on something outside of class, I still can approach the teacher. I still can approach any of the faculty in teamI, and they're ready to help. And it was the best part about this, because it was not just, okay, you have a 4 hour class, it gets over at 4 hours and you're done. So I joined it, I think 2 weeks later. So I was a little behind than the other students who were already in the batch. So one of the things that's still with me, that, which was the best thing, that teamI catered to me personally, like to bring me up to track with the other students. There was personal time given to me as per my convenience. And I don't think any other institute would provide such a service. So, catering to your timings, your necessities, and giving you time to bring you to the student, because it was my bad luck or whatever that I joined late. It was not their problem. But still, team I supporting you so much, I think it was one of the best things.
So again, specific is so did you learn how to take measurements and what is the material of the backdrop? I mean, were these things also taught to you?
Yes, it was, but then it also requires your practical exposure. But yes, in the online courses, we learned a lot. It was something like learning something practically. So we had vendor calls, we had client calls. So just not theoretical knowledge, but practical knowledge was also given with the class, which I think is very much necessary in this field.
Super. So moving on, so we spoke about your past, we spoke about the course. So now let's talk about what next. What is your next step, Shikha? Uh, do you plan to take a job in event management? Is teamI helping you get a job? Uh, Tell me a little bit more about that. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Now I would want to get a job in this field, and teamI is definitely helping a lot. I have also gotten job proposals or offers from companies. And yes, teamI has been a big part in helping for job placements and job offers.
Super. So, do you have a job as we speak, or you're still looking around?
Yes, I do have a job already. While doing my course, I was already offered a job. And yeah,
Super. So so you're saying that the course is getting over in a couple of weeks. I know that, and you're already got a job.
yes, that's right.
Oh, that's fantastic. Congratulations. And as a part of this job, what are the kind of things that you have done over the last month or so?
So for this job, till now, I've done two events. And one was for a corporate. It was a family day out. So I managed the event with the help of my mentor and a few more people. So that also gave me a big exposure, because I was out there in the field talking to vendors, talking to people, uh, you know, um, talking to clients and managing things. So that was one of the biggest experience that I got, being there, seeing things happen in front of me and managing things. um, that was one of it. And there was another small event which I did, same for the corporate itself. It was a workshop that we held for them, which was also a good learning experience, because in this, communication and managing things is the most important part in events. And I think through practical exposure, it's a good learning experience.
Super. Offline, you were also telling me, Shikha, that you have been offered to be the project manager for one of the event intellectual properties.
That's right.
Uh, and tell me more about this uh, entire experience. What is going to be your role in this property, and how are you? Do you think you're good enough after a simple 4 month course in uh, at teamI? How are you going to manage this property? I mean, I'm really worried for you on a personal front. How are you going to do this?
Okay, so it's not just the 4 month course that we've done. There's a lot more practical, as I was talking, there's a lot more practical exposure that we've gotten through these 4 months. It was not just the classes. So, yes, as you said correctly, I am heading one of the project IPs. My role in it is going to be managing and collaboration for all the, basically for the event. And let's see how that goes.
Super. So, but I'm very happy and I'm extremely glad for you that you have been chosen as a project head for an event IP that is happening in 2020. And so, how many months of planning is required for this IP, Shikha?
We've already started work, so at least 10 months minimum work would be required, the
Okay.
IP.
So you're going to be doing only the IP for the next 10 months, or are you going to be doing other things at the agency?
No, we would be doing, I would be doing other things as well with the IP going on. So, yeah.
So don't you think that's going to be a lot of pressure after a 9 to 5 sitting in front of the computer and doing your Excel sheets and all of that, and suddenly you're out there in the open? Don't you think it's going to be an entire total shift in your lifestyle?
That's true, but then I think it's your mental preparation that's more important than how you're going to go about it. So definitely, it might take a few days, but I think I've already been preparing myself for this because this is what I wanted to do. So tough, but not that tough. So I think it's going to be good enough.
Great. I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, Shikha, and
Thank you.
I'm happy at teamI from a teamI perspective that we started off the ECK program, the Event Career Kickstarter program. But Shikha, do you have a message for future students who want to do a course with teamI? And before you answer that, uh, I would also like to know, why did you choose teamI? I mean, I'm certain that you went out into the market, and you're that kind of a person, I know that, who must have gone and done her research and all of that. So why did you choose teamI? One, two, give a message out to the students, the future students who want to do a course in event management.
All right. So, Team I, because so as I said, already coming from a professional background, my day is packed. I leave early in the morning, come back in the evening. So by the time I come back, I'm super tired. But still having the passion that I wanted to get into event management, and teamI was the only institute which provides an online course on event management, especially for professionals like us. So which is the USP of this program? And this is what was the best package for me. And I could give my time, manage both my things together, and it gave me time to have the gradual shift from my corporate life to event management. So, for the future students, this is what I would want to say, that it's difficult to leave your comfort zone and take a step to change your career altogether. Because once you've settled in, you think, it's okay, it's going on. Like, how bad could it get? But it's later down the line when you think of it and you're like, this is not where I wanted to be. I could have been this only if I would have taken a different decision in life, maybe. And I think this is where teamI has supported me a lot. For me to get into event management, I think it was because of this online course that I had the courage to step out of my comfort zone and get here. And so I would say just take the right decision. And if you are ready, you're going to have people around you to help you with the same. So do your research, think carefully, and take the right step is all that I can say. So go for it.
Superb. Thank you so much, Shikha. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you.